Look, if the feds show up to your home, office, or even just send you an official letter, you are the target of a federal investigation. And trust me, it's scary. And look, I understand that you may have had good intentions, or gotten in over your head, or maybe just gotten hooked up with the wrong people. But when you are under federal investigation for a crime, it's a big deal. Federal crimes include federal drug crimes, trafficking, manufacturing, possession. The biggest cases that are going to attract federal attention are based on weight and the type of substance, usually cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, and fentanyl. Federal gun crimes can include unlawful possession of firearms, import-export violations, possessing a firearm during another crime, or possessing a firearm while you have an illegal status, like being a convicted felon. White-collar crimes. These include wire fraud, money laundering, and tax evasion. My name's Andrew Beasley, and I'm your Tennessee criminal defense lawyer. In this video, I'm going to guide you through the main questions that people under investigation or charged with a federal crime usually have. First off, the federal government takes any federal criminal offense very seriously, and they have the resources to pursue convictions. If you have been charged with a federal crime, hiring an attorney who is experienced in federal court is essential. Federal crimes are serious and can result in serious penalties if convicted. These charges are brought by the federal government when a federal law, act, or treaty has been violated, or when an act crosses or affects state lines. Unlike state offenses, federal penalties are often much more severe, and federal prosecutors have drastically higher conviction rates. Most federal crimes are defined in Title 18 of the United States Code, and the United States sentencing guidelines are usually followed to punish federal offenses uniformly. Penalties for federal crimes can often include prison time and fines, often more severe than what would be expected from a state conviction. For example, under the Controlled Substances Act, punishments can range from less than a year in prison to life without parole. Fines can vary from a $100 special assessment up to over $10 million depending on your charges. Federal agencies investigate federal crimes before being prosecuted by the United States Attorney's Office. The most common federal investigative agencies are the FBI, the DEA, and the ATF. The FBI has a wide jurisdiction and investigates almost any crime associated with a federal offense. Meanwhile, the DEA mainly investigates felony drug crimes. The ATF is an investigative agency for firearms regulation, criminal organization, and weapons trafficking. United States attorneys prosecute crimes after a federal agency has investigated them. Each United States attorney is appointed by the President of the United States and assigned to one of the 94 federal judicial districts. Our attorneys are licensed in all 3 of the federal districts in the state of Tennessee: Eastern, Middle, and Western. Many federal charges have mandatory minimum sentence lengths, so prison sentences for federal crimes can be longer than the same or similar crime in the state system. Federal prisons are more secure and often safer than their counterparts in the state system. There's a reason why in the movies they say never to talk to law enforcement or walk into court alone. That's because you saying or doing the wrong thing can be the difference between you going to jail and walking free. Don't try to take on the system alone. Schedule a strategy session with one of our attorneys and we'll go through your situation and walk you through all of your options. My name's Andrew Beasley, and I'm your Tennessee criminal defense lawyer.